I know I sound like a broken record, but it just feels so effortless. It just feels like that's just how you're supposed to swing the club. Guys, welcome to week 57 of my journey to scratch. I got a lot of really positive feedback from last week's video. I think I kept it honest, which I always try to do. And I'll be fully transparent, I'm still not playing good golf. I played yesterday and shot one of my worst rounds of the year. One thing that I've noticed is that I've gotten away from like effective practice. And what I mean by that is I just feel like a lot of the times I come in here or I go to the range and I just hammer ball after ball after ball after ball. What I want to do today is kind of take myself back to how I used to practice with intent, and really what I'm going to be doing is just kind of calibrating my swing through drills that Zach has taught me. We're going to be calibrating club path, we're going to be calibrating the club face, we're going to be calibrating face strike, and then we're going to do a little bit of work on release, and then at the very end we are going to do a random number generator, play 18 different distances into a green, and try to figure out how many greens I can hit from, we'll probably do 100 to 200 yards. The first thing that I'm gonna do is getting the path out. So I'm gonna try to get a path of like 10 degrees into out. It's important to kind of get your path out just to remember that you can do it. Oh my God, go in. So we got path 9.6. We can round up to 10, that's pretty good. So notice how I'm doing the same things that I was doing with my driver, right? Like feeling like my chest and my right shoulder stays back, letting my arms and hands win the race to the bottom. Should be pretty good. So yeah, 9.3 into out, it's pretty good. Try to keep bringing it out, just not as much. So 5.9, let's try to get one to around 7. So 6.4, so that feels pretty good. Let me try to get one way out, like I'm talking 12, 13, without moving my feet much. Let's see. Yeah, 12, so 11.7. Pretty happy with that, guys. All right, so the next one, this is a drill that Zach likes for his students to use to warm up. It's really all about club face control. So we're gonna set up the exact same way every single time. The first one we're gonna try to push. The second one I wanna overdraw it. And then the third one I wanna hit it straight. So let's start out with the block. So setup is the exact same. I'm gonna try to feel like I'm still releasing, but just leaving it open. That was pretty perfect, I think. Let's see. So good path, 4 degrees, and then a little bit open, 5.9 open to the target. So it was a little bit open. I'm still pretty happy with that. That's pretty solid. So now we're gonna overdraw it. So this one's the complete opposite. I'm gonna try to just release it, close the face a little too much. I don't know if that path was good. It overdrew, which is good. Oh, that was perfect. So 4 and then 2.6 close. So I actually closed it way more than I needed to, but still pretty good. So now let's try to hit one straight. I think that's pretty perfect. Go in. Yeah, that was beautiful. So yeah, it was a little bit more open than I wanted it to, but I mean, that was pretty perfect. It was right over the flag. So now I want to work on my face strike. So where in relation to the club face am I hitting the ball? I think I should be able to see it on here. So I'm going to try to hit some off the toe, some off the heel. We'll even try to hit some off the hosel. Hopefully we don't break anything. Starting out with some toe hits. Yeah, I think that one felt really toey. I thought it was going to be like super duper toey. That wasn't nearly as bad as I thought. Okay, that was a toe shank. I don't know if this is catching it that good, because that's most certainly, like that one came off this edge. Let's do some off the heel now. This one's always kind of scary for me. I think that was pretty straight. I don't think that was, yeah, so it was a little bit heely, not a crazy amount. Every time I try to hit it off the heel, my path comes way out to in. I guess I'm so scared of shanking it. I'm gonna try to get the path out, but hit it heely. Okay, I think that was really heely. Yeah. Doing pretty good. Let me hit one off the hosel. This one scares the shit out of me. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. There we go. It's terrifying. So that one, let's see if it captures it. Okay, it just shows that it's super healy. Now let's hit one in the middle. Didn't like the swing there, really? Yeah. That was a little bit thin, but straight in the middle of the club face. Let's do another one where the path is better and even like less thin. That was still a little bit thin. Path was better. No, it was dead center. So you see, like, this calibration it's so good because you like feel what it's like to hit it off the toe. You feel like what it's like to hit it off the heel or the hosel. So now you just got to get it straight in the middle, and it makes it so much easier. Let's get the path back out to like 5 and get it dead center. And I would like to keep it in the right grooves, so I'm kind of standing up on it a little bit. Just overturn that, but that actually felt pretty good. Yeah, dead center. That was beautiful. I feel like I haven't hit the center of the club face in a while, so it feels really nice to just kind of hit 3 in a row that were actually pretty good. So this next one, guys, what I want to do is hip high to hip high, and just the feeling. I think they call it, some people call it the L to L drill. I just want to feel the release of the club. Good, maybe the path came in a little bit. Let's try to do that same L to L, but it should really feel more like from this to this instead of from here to here. So I think from here to here, that's why we kind of, the path came back on us, but I'm going to try to feel more from here to up here. And it also kind of complements that one lesson that I had with Zach where he wants my hands to be high and finishing up here rather than my elbow coming all the way like that. Like this is more of a fade finish, and then for a draw finish, you kind of want your hands up high. Now let's try to get it a little bit lower, just from here to here. That felt really good. That felt really, really, really good. This angle right here stores up a bunch of energy. What I'm trying to do is release that energy onto the golf ball so that it's kind of effortless power. This kind of ensures that you release that energy. So like you can't get to that position if you hold off. As I can't explain how effortless that feels. Like, feels like I'm doing nothing. I know I sound like a broken record, but it just feels so effortless. It just feels like that's just how you're supposed to swing the club. So my biggest weakness in my game is my approach game, by far. I don't hit nearly as many greens as I should. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna generate a random number from like 100 to 200 yards, and then we're gonna try to see how many greens we can hit. We're gonna do 18 greens total. It's trying to come back. I kind of chunked it a little bit. That felt so good. Golly. I finally hit a long iron well. Great path. That's one of the better 6 irons I've ever hit in my life, I think. I mean, this is really indicative of how my actual approach game is like. So this was a really good, really good test. I probably hit about 7 or 8 greens. I'm not quite sure, but pretty much on the money how many greens I typically hit on the course, which is not good. I need to be hitting probably around 12 to 14. And I guarantee you, if that part of my game drops, I think the rest of my game would just follow. But guys, thank you so much for watching. I do want to say a huge shout out to Golf Suite. Michelle Edgar, who's a PGA instructor at Royal Oaks, owns this little spot called the Golf Suite in Addison. It's a fantastic golf simulator room. It's the cheapest that I've ever seen in the DFW area. Playing with a GC Hawk, which is like a $50,000 simulator, but it's just really good practice, especially right now in the winter time when we're low on sunlight and you never know what the weather is gonna do. Being able to have this for pretty much any time that I need to come in and practice and work on my game is amazing. So I'll have contact information for Michelle and the Golf Suite down below. I'm sure I'm putting it on the screen as well. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you drop a like. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. We're trying to build a community here where we get better at golf together. Hopefully this practice session helped you see what I think the right approach to practice should be like, as opposed to, you know, hitting a million 6 irons until you hit a couple that are good. There's a lesson that I'm gonna link right here on the screen for you. It's a lesson on how to be more consistent and what it means to be a better, more consistent ball striker. Kind of ties very well with this because a lot of the concepts that we touched on today, I actually learned from that lesson. So I'm gonna link it up right here if you're interested. I think it's a really, really fantastic lesson. With that said, I hope you guys are playing some good golf out there if you're able to. I love you guys. I hope you have a blessed week, and I'll catch you guys next Friday. Take care.